And Romulus is the brother that killed Remus. If you're going to put the one name of one of them, you're going to choose the murderous one.
We're here for Alien Romulus. And the first question, obviously, is what was your first contact with the franchise? And what is your favorite piece of Alien media?
Of Alien media? Wow, that's a good question. I mean, I think my first contact was to watch Aliens. Aliens was released in VHS in the late 80s and at first, and then again in 1990 because they were supporting the release of Alien 3 that was about to come out. So I watched Aliens. That sent me to watch Alien right away that I was actually playing on television. And then just everybody was getting ready for Alien 3 that was about to come out in theaters. And I watched that in theaters. So it was like probably in the course of a month where suddenly I was exposed to all the three movies back to back from 2, 1, and then 3. So it definitely made an imprint on me. And it's, it's one of the most, those truly terrifying experiences. Mostly because when you watch Aliens at that time without really knowing what it is, everybody expected some sort of like Star Wars kind of adventure, and then it's not.
They were wrong.
Then it takes a turn, and it becomes so violent and so scary that was a big surprise at the time. Not knowing what to expect and realizing it was a terrifying film.
And then probably Aliens is as the entry in the franchise, the answer to the second part of the question, probably.
Well, yeah, I think for me, probably, yeah. I still believe, but I would just choose 2. I think Aliens is my favorite. I think I would say Alien is the best one. It's the timeless one. It's the true, timeless classic. But I think Aliens, because of my generation, just hit me harder at the time. So I find that to be my favorite. And I would say about media, Alien Isolation, that game as well, made me fall in love with Alien in a way that I hadn't been for a long time, and that game really made me see how scary and exciting the alien work can be when done with the true horror hand.
Thought so. That's the reason why I phrased the question that way.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk Roman mythology, because according to the myth, Romulus and Remus were nursed by a wolf, a predatory animal, and founded Rome, as far as I can recall. Now, what was your intention in naming the 2 parts of the space station we see in the movie after those figures? And why did you only use Romulus for the title of the movie?
Well, because obviously one of the big themes of the movie is siblinghood, and what does it mean to be someone's brother and someone's sister, right? Like the 6 friends are 3 different versions of siblinghood. Some of them bound by blood, some of them just grow up together, and some of them are not even the same, species. One is a human, the other one is an android. So there was different aspects of that relationship, and obviously, because of what you said, I mean, Romulus and Remus, took their power from a predatory beast, and that's what the Weyland-Yutani is trying to do in the story, right? They're trying to take a power, the gift from a higher power to benefit from it and create the future. But obviously, because as you've seen in the movie, the siblinghood is going to be put to a test, and you hope it's going to end up well for them, and it doesn't end up like Romulus and Remus were, and Romulus is the brother that killed Remus, right? So if you're going to put the one name of one of them, you're going to choose the murderous one.
And he's the one that, as far as I know, ascends to godhood in the end, right?
Yeah. Well, it's the one that created eventually Rome, yeah.
Now, and for the last question, and are there any other horror franchises that you would like to tackle in the future after Evil Dead and Alien?
I think Alien is the crown jewel of any horror franchise. I don't think there's anything better and more interesting than that for a filmmaker, right? It is the ultimate filmmaker franchise. All those directors that work on this franchise, from Cameron to Ridley to Jean-Pierre Jeunet to David Fincher, are truly all the masters that I admire so much. So I don't think nothing comes close to this. So I'm good with this one, yeah.
Was ist los?
Da ist was im Wasser!
Was meinst du mit, da ist was im Wasser?
Keine Ahnung, da ist etwas im Scheißwasser!
Ja!